Just get comfy, still give it a few minutes, but we'll just settle down, feet to the floor, shoulders into the ground. You can rest the hands on the belly, just close the eyes. Take a couple of deep breaths, bring yourself into the practice, ground yourself, so push the feet down. And just let go of everything that you have to do later on today, or everything that's racing through your mind for this week. Close your eyes, feel the mat beneath the shoulders, feel the mat beneath the hips, and just be present. So you've turned up, you've bothered to show up this morning, so make sure you get the most out of the next 45 minutes. Try and be here as much as you can. Try not to let your mind wander too much. Probably the easiest way to do that is to just connect to the breath. And if you do feel yourself wander, push the hands down or push the feet down, wherever the points of contact are, down to the ground. And just bring yourself back into the moment. Try and feel heavy through the hips, heavy through the shoulders. So where you make contact with the mat, you're kind of sinking into that space. Down through the backs of the arms, maybe through the elbows. And you just start to breathe, start to feel that movement down into the belly. Starting to make the breaths a bit bigger. So first time you've really pushed big breaths down into the belly, first time you've consciously taken breath this morning. Just notice how much space you can create, particularly into the belly, into the rib cage. Notice the softness around the eyes, around the jaw. You can start to make that breath a little stronger. So on the exhale, you feel the abdominals pull in, contract, and support around the spine. And then simply let the arms drop down by the side. All we're going to do is work on a pelvic tilt to start with. So you're just going to let the tailbone lift off the floor, just the tailbone. So that's not even an inch of movement. And then exhale, let the tailbone roll back down. When the tailbone rolls down, you might feel a little lift in the lower back. Exhale, curl the tailbone up. Inhale, let the tailbone roll back down. Exhale, tailbone curls up. Pull the belly in as you let the tailbone lift. Exhale, roll it back down. So just this very gentle massaging movement at the very base of the spine. Try and engage the abdominals as well. So when you lift the tailbone, you're pulling the navel into the spine. Feel that strength in the front of the body. And release. Exhale, lift the tailbone. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lift. Inhale. Two more like this. Exhale. Inhale. Last one, exhale. Inhale. And now it gets bigger. That movement rolls all the way up the spine. So let the tailbone tilt, push down into the feet, roll the spine all the way off the floor, engage through the glutes, through the hamstrings, through the backs of the legs, push the hips up to the sky, drive down into the feet, feel the glutes squeeze, push the hands and the triceps, the shoulders down into the floor so you're strong through the back of the body. Grip the mat with all 10 toes. Feel the hamstrings engage. Holding here for 5. Make sure you're still breathing. 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll the spine back down to the floor. Feel the waist pull in as you roll down. So really careful with that massaging movement down through the spine. 2 more going all the way up to the shoulders. So let the hips rest at the bottom. Release. Make sure you fully relax around the hips and then tuck the tailbone, pull the belly button in, roll back up through the spine. So taking it all the way up, peeling the spine off the floor, like it's stuck down to the floor, and it's actually hard to roll the spine off the floor, kind of hard to separate the spine from the ground. Pushing the feet down, squeezing the glutes, trying to find that strength in the back of the body, in the posterior chain, lifting through the hips, pushing down through the feet, pushing through the arms, pushing through the triceps, the shoulders, and then roll it down to the floor. Pull the waist in, feel the obliques, stomach muscles almost acting as brakes so that you don't just drop the hips down to the floor. They're the ones controlling that descent. And then let the hips come down. Make sure you fully relax. Take an inhale. Exhale, curl the tailbone back up off the ground. Pull the belly button in. Drive down into the feet. Lift the hips up to the sky. Straight line from the shoulders through the knees to the hips. Make that line longer. So see if you can imagine stretching the knees away from you. Lift the glutes a little higher. Feel that squeeze. So should be now really strong through the backs of the legs, holding for 5. Lift the hips for 4. Make sure you're still breathing. 3, 2, and 1. Roll the spine back down. Really super slow. Coming all the way down. Once your hips are down, you can bring the knees into the chest. You can just join us here, Kinga. You've not missed too much. Rocking from side to side. And then take your knees into a tabletop position. So knees stack over the hips, shins are parallel to the floor. Reach the arms down, so fingertips on the mat, and then stretch the fingertips away from you until you feel like you have to lift the chest and the shoulders because you're reaching the fingertips so far away. Lift the hands off the floor so they're a couple of inches off the ground. Pull the belly button in and just start fanning through the arms. So lifting up and down. As you do, gaze into the belly button. So like you've got an orange or a tennis ball underneath the chin. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Imagine you're pushing the lower back into the floor. You keep going. Inhale. Exhale. 5 more breaths. In and out. In and out. 3 more. In and out. Lift the shoulders. In and out. Last one. Exhale. Lie the upper body down. Keep the lower body where it is. Rest the upper body. Look to the left. And then look to the right. Come back to center. Support around the back of the head. Lift your head. So let the weight of the head relax in the hands. You don't have to hold it with the strength of the neck. You can relax the head into the hands. Pull the navel to spine. Keep the left knee where it is. Right toe taps the floor and comes back. Right toe 5 times. So 4 more. 4. In. 3. In. 2. In. Last one. In. Switch 5 to the left. 5. In. Look at the belly button. 4. In. 3. Can the shoulders come more off the ground? 2. 1. And then we're going to alternate for 10. Right foot. Left foot. Keep breathing. Right foot. Left foot. Push the lower back to the floor. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Bring the knees into the chest and you're good to go. My abs are already sore. Okay. Take the knees to the side of the body, feet to the sky. Just find a happy baby for a moment. Stretch out around the backs of the hips. Pull the belly button in. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more breath. Exhale. Knees back into that tabletop position. You can support the back of the head again. So we're lifting up, engaging through the front of the body. Heels and feet stay together. Knees open out. Knees close, feet open, feet close, knees open, knees close, feet open, feet close, knees open, knees close, feet open. For 5. Keep looking to the belly button. 4. Keep pulling the belly in. 3, 2, 1. Rest it down. Pull the knees into the chest. Okay, then you're going to grab your ball or your cushion. So, Kinga, you missed it at the start, but either grab a ball or reach for a little cushion or pillow or jumper or something. Obviously, a ball is best, but a jumper will do just fine. So, you're going to place one foot on the ball. So, just like a normal stance and set up with both feet on the floor, but one is on that ball. So I'm hardly pushing. I've got my left foot on the ball. I'm going to hardly push the left foot down, lift the hips up and lower down. So the majority of the work is through that right leg. I'm just very lightly resting the left foot on the ball or the cushion. Lift up, lower down. Lift up, lower down. 5, 4. Really drive down into that right foot. 3. So the strength is through the back of the right leg. 2. And 1. Hold it up here. If you have a cushion, you're just going to make that touch even lighter on the left foot. If you have a ball, you're going to slowly roll the ball away from you and slowly bring the ball back in whilst your hips are in the sky. 3 more. Slowly roll the ball away. Slowly bring the ball back in. Slowly roll away. Try and keep the hips up. Slowly back in. Last one. Slowly away. Slowly back in. Rest the hips down. Just take the ball out to the side. Stretch the left leg to the floor. Bring the right knee into the chest. And kick the right leg up to the sky. So just stretch out that right hamstring. Should feel a little bit tight. Pull the toes back to the face. Stretch that right leg. And then we're going to swap. So place the right foot on the ball. Bend the left knee. Push the left foot to the floor. So on a ball or on the cushion. Hands push down. Lift both hips up to the sky. Strength through that left leg. Lower down. Lift. Lower as light as you can with the touch through the right foot. Lift. Lower. See if you can lift both hips to the same height. It's easy to just lift that left hip, but see if you can keep the right hip up as well. 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding it up. If your foot's on a cushion, you're just holding it there. If you have a ball, rolling the right foot away and bringing it back in. Rolling away and bring it back in. Keep the hips high. Roll away and come back in. Last one. Roll away and come back in. Rest the hips down. Extend the right leg to the floor. Bring the left knee in. And then stretch the left leg up to the sky. So just open the hamstring. Pull the toes back to the face. Breathing in. And out. Breathing in. And out. Bend that knee. Slowly come all the way up. Both feet to the floor. Don't need the ball right now, so that can just go out to the side. Hold on to the shins. Inhale, lift the chest. So pull the chest up nice and high. And then exhale, round into the back. Really curl, look to the belly button. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, really round, curl in. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Last two, lift up and round. Last one, lift and round. And then try and straighten the spine a little. So just lift the chest, reach the arms up to the sky, and bring both feet off the floor. So you're just holding yourself there. So the knees can be bent, or you extend the legs. Up to you. Fine to have the knees bent, still working through the waist. You're going to take the right leg, lower it, maybe to the floor or maybe just halfway. Bring it back. Just the right leg, lower and lift. It might be an inch. You lower it and lift. 3, 2, 1. Other side, left, lift. Keep the arms reaching up as a way to try and keep the chest lifted. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it, both legs together. Squeeze the knees together. Feel that connection down through the inner thighs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way up to a seated position. Take the knees out to the side. Stretch the inner thighs and just reach the body forward. So let the body fold. Relax the weight of the head. Take 5 deep breaths here, trying to let the knees move out to the side. Drop through the weight of the shoulders, so relax through the shoulders. Relax the chin into the chest. Try and let that space between the shoulder blades get wider, so try and open up through the shoulder blades. 2, and 1. Then roll it back up. Grab your ball, or if you're using a cushion, grab your cushion. What you're going to do is lie down on your left-hand side. So left leg is out. Lying on the left-hand side, resting my head on the left arm, and then have the ball or the cushion out in front of you. Bend the right knee and place the right knee on the ball. So I'm almost resting that right knee. I'm not resting the right foot though. I'm holding that right foot off the ground. So there's some weight, not strength or force, but just weight of that right knee down into the ball. Right hand can give you a bit of support on the mat. Lift your left leg, so the underneath leg, and then lower. Lift and lower. For now, try not to push down too much in that right knee. So just working the bottom leg. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. On 1, we're going to hold it up. Now push into that right knee for 10, 9, 8. Lift the left foot higher. 7, 6, 5, 4. Push into that right knee. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Take the ball or the cushion down in between the ankles. Stretch both legs away. Use that top right hand for support, or you may wobble around. Squeeze the ball or the cushion. Lift both legs. Lower both legs down. Try and really relax the weight of the head. So I want you to try not to let the neck become involved. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. 10. Should feel that left inner thigh working. 8, 7, 6. Lift a bit higher. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend both knees. Bring them in front of you. Take the ball out. Maybe just hold it in the left hand. You don't need it for now. Keep the left knee bent. Stretch the right leg down to the bottom of your mat. and hold it in space. So hold it off the ground to start with. Relax the foot, relax the head. Lower the right leg and then lift. Lower and then lift. Lower. Keep that right foot relaxed. So we want the strength and the movement to come from the right hip, not the right ankle. Lift. Lower. Lift. Lower. 5, 4, 3, hopefully feeling it around the right side of the waist. 2, 1, keep that leg there. Now pull the toes back to the face, so you're a bit stronger through that right leg. Use the right hand for support. Bring the right leg forwards, keep it high, don't let it go low. And then drive it all the way back to where you started. Bring it forwards. Keep it high, drive it back to where you started. So the challenge is not letting it lower down. 5, take it back. 4, take it back. 3, take it back. 2, take it back. Last one. Take it back. Hold it there. Small circles. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We've got 5 in the other direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend that right knee. Bring it on top of the left knee. For a moment, just take a break. And then push that right hip away from you. So don't let the right hip squash in. See if you can push that right hip away. And then you can bring the hand back down to the floor, but you're just trying to lengthen that right side of the waist. Lift the right shin. Lower the right shin down. Try and keep the head relaxed. Lift the right shin and lower down. Close the eyes. Try and really relax through the head. 7, 6. So all the effort comes from that right hip. 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Rest that right leg. Just lie onto your back. Stretch that right leg out before we move over. So bring the right ankle on the left thigh. Take the right hand and just encourage that right thigh away. It might take you a moment to breathe into it. So you're trying to open around that right hip. Take your time. If you want more, I don't know how intense you're feeling that. That feels plenty for me. But if you want more, you can interlace behind the left thigh and bring that left leg in. That makes me feel like my right hip might snap. It's so tight. Push that right leg away, maybe just easier. And then come back to center. Roll all the way up to a seated position. Cross the legs, just going to come over to all fours, hands and knees. And then tuck the toes, stretch back into downward facing dog. So lift the hips up to the sky, lengthen the heels down. Another chance to stretch that right hip. So sweep the right leg high, bend your right knee, open the right hip. So let that right thigh stretch. Let the weight of the right leg just come all the way over to the left side. Let that right leg be a dead weight. Let it be heavy. And then come back to center. Place both feet down. Come forwards, just rest the knees to the floor. Keep the belly in. Lower halfway down, so half a push-up. And push back up. Look to the top of your mat. Half a push-up. And back up. Go for 3 more. If you want full ones, tuck the toes and straighten the legs. Last 2. Last one. And downward facing. Stretch through the backs of the legs, stretch through the arms, pedal on the spot. And then forwards again to your plank position. Now try and think about the position of the torso. So I want the hips and the shoulders to pretty much stay as still as they can. You're going to very slightly shift the weight to the left hand. Bring the right hand to tap the left shoulder. Place the right hand down. So super still through the torso. Shift the weight. Left hand tap right shoulder. Bring it down. You've got 6 more. 6. Lower down. 5. Minimal movements. 4. 3. 2. 1. Rest both knees and come and lie down on your right. So grab your ball. Reach the right arm out. Rest your head. So start with the right leg long. Ball out in front of you. Left knee onto the ball. And lift that left foot. So don't just drop the left foot. Hold it in space. Relax the head. You know where we're going a bit this side. So I would say close your eyes. And just help yourself relax a bit through the neck and the shoulders. Lift the right leg. Lower down. Trying not to put too much force to start with in the left knee. So the only force is the weight of the left knee. For 8, 7, working the right inner thigh. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it on 1, and now you can add pressure from that left knee. So the knee is pushing down, the inner thigh is lifting up. So almost trying to cross the legs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Take the ball down or the cushion, place it between the inner thighs. Stretch both legs away. Again, relax the head. Use that left hand for support so you don't wobble too much. Lift both legs, squeeze the ball. Lower down. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. 5, 4, 3. Should feel the inner thigh working on the right. 2, 1. Hold it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend both knees. Take the ball out. Leave it to the side. Stretch just the top leg away. So it can hang heavy. Open that left hip. And then lift the left leg. Lower. Again, trying to relax the upper body. Lift. And lower. Relax the foot for this first one. Lift. And lower. Lift. So the movement and the control comes from the top of the leg, the hip, rather than the foot. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now you can pull the toes back to the face. Feel the height of where that foot is. Don't let it drop at all. Bring the leg forwards. So your foot kicks out away from you. Drive it back. Keep it high. Bring it forwards. Don't let it lower. Drive it back. Breathe. 5. Extend back. 4. Extend back. 3. Extend back. 2. Extend back. Last one. Keep it high. Last one. Take it back. Bend that left knee, place it on top of the right knee. Take a moment just to relax. Inhale, exhale. And then take that left hand, push the left hip down so it's not squashing up. Stretch out that left side of the waist. Then the left hand can come back to the floor. Lift the left shin and lower the left shin. Foot can be relaxed. Lift the left shin and lower. Just make sure you're lifting the shin so it's parallel to the floor. So you're not lifting it wonky. It's not like the foot isn't up or down. You're lifting in a nice straight line, lowering down. Lifting in a straight line, lowering down. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest, lie onto your back. So just come over onto your back. Place the left ankle on the right thigh and just let that left hip stretch. Ooh, breathe. If you can take more, you can interlace around the right thigh and you can pull that thigh in. I don't think I can even demonstrate. My hip might snap. So just slowly let that left knee pull out, trying to make more space in the front of the left hip. Breathe 2 deep breaths in and out. Breathe in and out. Roll all the way over. So just come to lie on your front. Make a pillow with the hands and take the elbows out to the side. So rest your forehead down and then stretch your feet as wide as the mat. So point your toes to the far corners of the mat and then bend your knees to bring the heels together. So my heels are touching, soles of the feet looking up to the ceiling. Keep your head down to start with. Just squeeze the heels together and try and lift your feet up to the sky. So you'll feel the thighs lift a little. Feel that engagement in the backs of the legs, in the buttocks, and then squeeze the heels together. Lower the thighs down. 2 more like that. Keep the upper body relaxed. Lift the feet, squeeze, and lower. Lift the feet, squeeze, and lower. Now stretch the legs back out. Keep the forehead glued to the hands. Keep the hands glued together. Lift the head, the neck, the shoulders, and the elbows. So you're lifting that whole upper body. Hold it for 3. Breathe for 2. And 1, lift higher. Exhale all the way down to the floor. 2 more times. Inhale, lift the upper body. Exhale for 1. Inhale, lift higher. Exhale 2. Last breath, inhale. Exhale, take it all the way down. You've got 1 more, just the upper body. Lift. Exhale. Lift a little higher. Exhale. Last big breath here. Exhale, take it all the way down. Relax the hands, the head. Give the hips a shake from side to side. And then rebend the knees so the heels come together. And we're going to lift both at the same time. But once we come up, you're going to move the hands away. So lift the chest, lift the feet, squeeze the heels. Now bring the hands to the shoulders. So just like you're going to do a push-up position, lift the feet higher, squeeze the glutes together, really turn on the muscles that support the back of the body. So pull the shoulders down, squeeze the heels, feel the connection from the heels down the backs of the legs to the backs of the hips, and then take it to the floor. Hands down, toes tuck. Take it back into downward facing dog. So stretch back into that upside down V shape and take a moment to stretch it out. So you might walk on the spot, or you might shake the hips from side to side. Breathing in and breathing out. Okay, have the feet a little bit wider than hip width. So not quite mat width, but not as narrow as your hips. We're going to go from this position here, so this downward facing dog position. You're going to take your left hand, tap your right shin, and then come forwards and reach that left arm up to the sky, open to a side plank. So we'll go through that a couple of times because it's new. So you're going to go back to downward facing dog, take that left hand to tap the right shin, and then come through to your side plank. So you open out. If it's too much, don't worry. You just work on going from a downward dog, coming forwards, going to a side plank. Plank, downward dog. If you want to do it with the lift, your left hand, side plank, face the left. Tap the right shin. Face the left. Tap the right shin. And your feet will move a little, so you're going to have to let the feet wriggle. Reach the left arm up. And bring it through. Go for 2 more, whichever way you're going. Or you might kind of have made your own variation up, that's fine. 1. And last one. Downward facing dog. Just rest to the knees. Sit the hips back to the heels, give both wrists a little wriggle around, take the pressure off that right wrist. And then come forwards again, both hands. So your own variation from a downward dog. Either come to a plank, take it slowly and reach the right arm up, or from that side plank, you're reaching through, tapping the left shin. Inhale, opening to the right. Exhale, taking it through. Inhale, opening to the right. Exhale, reaching through. Doesn't matter if you have to step the feet every now and then. Open up and reach through. Open up. It's the kind of thing you'd normally do on a reformer in Pilates, so you'd have a bit of movement through the feet. Go for 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. Place that right hand down. Rest both knees. Sit back. Give the hands a shake around. And then another exercise on our side. So if you have a band, grab it. If you don't, you can still do the exercise, so don't worry. I'm going to lie down. We'll start on our right hand side. So if you have a band and you want to band your thighs, then slide that around the thighs. Just going to make things a little bit harder. So you're on your side, hips and feet in one line with the knees in the middle. So I've not got a 90-degree bend this time. They're a little bit further down. And I'm resting on my right elbow. Take the left hand to the left hip. So you're going to start by just opening the top leg and closing. Try not to let that left hip rock back. So try and keep the hips together. Open and close. Open and close. 5, 4. So working the outside of that top hip. 3, 2, 1. And then now what you can do is you push down into that top arm. You lift the hips as you open the knees. Lower the hips down. So my right shin stays on the floor. Push into the right shin. Open the knees. Lower down. Push into the right shin. Open the knees. Squeeze the glutes. Lower down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll onto your back. Keep the band if you have it. If you don't have it, don't worry. Roll all the way down. Hands to the back of the head. Lift the shoulders off the floor. Weight of the head into the hands. If you don't have a band, you're just going to stretch the right leg out. Same with the band. You just have more resistance. Bring the right knee in. Stretch the left leg out. Keep the lower back pushing to the floor. 8. Keep the shoulders lifted. 7. Lift the shoulders. 6. Pull the belly in. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Hold the legs there. Rest the head down. Rest the feet down. Relax the arms down by the side. Roll the spine off the floor. So just curl the tailbone up off the ground, all the way up. Then wriggle the feet closer together so they're touching. With the band is a little bit harder, but you can still do it without. So open the hips, keep the hips high. Sorry, open the knees, keep the hips high. Close the knees. Open and close. Hips stay high, don't let them drop. 8. 7. Keep them high. 6. Keep breathing. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Lie down again onto the back. Same exercise. So lift up, hold the back of the head. Bring the knees in. If you want this time, you can add a little bit of a rotation. So you don't have to come all the way up, but there's just a gentle rotation through the upper body. So stretch the right leg away. Maybe rotate a little to the left. Back to center. Stretch the left leg away. Maybe rotate a little to the right. To center. 8. Keep the shoulders lifted. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Back to center. Lie it down. Just bring the knees into the chest. And then either you can roll over to your left. I'm just going to completely spin around so I can see you. But you want to be on your left-hand side. Knees bent. Feet, hips, elbow in one line. So I'm resting on that left elbow. So start with the bottom leg stays where it is. Top hip stays as well. That doesn't roll back. All you're going to do is open the top hip and close. Open and close. So depending how strong the band is, or whether you even have a band, it's going to be quite different. So if you don't have a band, you might be like, oh, I don't really feel much, but just concentrate on keeping that hip super still and the movement just coming from the glute. So we don't let the belly roll back. 3, 2, 1. Okay, next time as you come up, you lift that bottom hip, open the knees, close the knees, bring it down. Lift the bottom hip and open. Lower down. Push into the left shin, lift and lower. Lift and lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Roll onto your backs. With or without the band. Doesn't matter at the moment because we're holding the knees together and then taking the legs up to the sky, holding them together. So if you still have the band, it's fine, but you don't need it at all. Pulling the knees in, pulling the ankles together. Hold on to the back of the head. Lift the head, neck, shoulders off the mat. Slightly lower the legs just till you feel tension. And then to pull them back up, think about pulling the belly button in. So think really about the belly button. Lower the legs down. Belly button pulls back in and the legs come up. Lower. So as the feet come in, belly button does. Feet, belly button. 3 more. Bring the knees into the chest. Slide the band off if you have it. Sorry, that's noisy. Let that go. And then take the right arm out to the side. Let both knees drop over to the left. Gaze to the right. Breathe in. And breathe out one. Breathe in. And breathe out two. Inhale. Exhale, three. Sorry if anyone's got to rush off, don't worry, I might be running a little bit over. Take your knees to the other side. And stretch the left arm out. 3 deep breaths. And then come back to center. Just roll over onto your front. If you're not rushing up, we'll take it slow. Push into the hands and stretch back into downward facing dog. So just push the heels to the floor. Pedal on the spot, so just walk your feet out. Walk the hands in so they come back towards your feet. Hanging in that forward fold, let the upper body weight drop forwards. Lift the hips up to the sky. And then pull the belly button in, roll up to standing, take your time, really pull in through the waist, feel that strength around the waist. Stack the shoulders, lift the crown of the head to the sky. We'll take one more down and up if you've got time. Chin to chest, belly button in, pull in, round forwards, slowly coming into that forward fold. Take your time, all the way down. Lengthen the hands to the floor. Drop the chin into the chest. And then roll back up. Pull the belly button in. Come all the way up. And just stand there. Turn the palms so they face forwards. Open across the chest. Open across the collarbones. Take a big inhale. And a big exhale. One more big breath in. And big breath out. Take the hands all the way up to the sky. Interlace the fingers, reach up. Take a big side stretch. Once over to the right. And once over to the left. Come back to the center. Hands behind the back. Interlace the fingers. Stretch them away. Lift the chest open. Take your biggest full breath. And exhale. Good stuff. Well done. Good work, guys.